yesterday on the show, I talked about the sales meeting that I had with my salespeople.
Mm-hmm.
And I explained to them that if their sales were down, whose fault is that?
Theirs.
That's right. And, as young salespeople, sometimes we get the wrong information. We buy into the wrong idea.
True.
So just like salespeople, you've dealt with them.
Yeah.
You dealt with some doozies and
some doozies
that they just don't get it. So they make excuses a lot of times.
And it's definitely your fault if you're not selling.
It is your fault. So take responsibility for everything. Now, as you know, I'm Cardone trained, and Joey's Cardone trained, and Caleb Cardone trained, Glenn Lundy Cardone trained, Shaka Dyson, he's on the Cardone on Demand. I didn't know if you know that or not, but Shaka's actually.
Yeah, I watched that show.
Okay. So anyway, obviously, I just mentioned a lot of heavy hitters when it comes to sales, and we get our information from the same place. And then, so if you and all of my guys, all of my sales team has access to the same training that we have.
Right.
So if their sales are down and they have the training, then it's just, if you're not training, then you're not serious about it. So we talked about goals and training and Facebook and Facebook friends. If they don't have 5,000 Facebook, do you have 5,000?
If I don't, a few people unfriended me that I don't know about.
That happens.
But it's close to 5.
I can't imagine anybody unfriending you.
Yeah, I can.
Can't imagine anyone blocking you. Anyway,
they do.
I know. Anyway, if they don't have 5,000 Facebook friends, they're not writing their goals down, and they're not posting a lot, then they're not really serious, not committed.
Oh, we're not going to say what it is yet, but I've been working on something for the last month that we're not introducing yet. But so my furniture sales have taken a dramatic hit because I haven't been posting every day, talking about it. Everything else I've been preoccupied for the last month. So it is a direct, how much you post and how much you talk about it is a direct relation to how much you're going to sell, period.
Okay. So my sales managers need to watch this. April, say that again and break it down. Tell us exactly what you mean.
What I mean is when I really am focused on selling furniture, I post and post and post and post and post and tell you about paint colors and tell you about dining room tables and furniture and placement and space planning and everything. I haven't done that in about 4 weeks. Maybe 2 or 3 posts have been about furniture. Good reason, but I have barely sold anything, which is not good for me either. But sometimes things have to sacrifice. But if it's your job that you have to do every single day, you should be posting all day long, every single day.
Okay.
And it matters. It makes a huge difference.
Posting often makes a difference in your sales, ?
Yes. And I don't mean posting about, and I do post my children all the time, in case y'all didn't see that cute thing I put up there this morning looking like a model on my page. But that's great. I mean, you can introduce your children. You can say what you did, what you ate, what you cooked for dinner, but you got to post about your business. Have to post about your business.
Okay. You mentioned space planning. So it sounds like you post about things that you're an expert at,
yes,
that other people may not be.
Just giving information. I have people ask me all the time about a paint color because I am very good at that. I mean, I'm not great at a lot of things, but I'm great at that. And that's something that I can do very easily.
So you post and you show people that you know what you're doing and that you're an expert in this area, and it affects your sales.
Affects my sales 100%.
And you said you need to be posting all day, every day about your product and about the things that you know that have to do with your business.
Yes.
And when you don't do that, you see a decrease in your sales.
Major decrease.
A major decrease. Okay.
I'm
Now,
putting
hold on.
proof for the last 4 weeks.
Okay, hold on. Let me back up. I got to make sure that you know what you're talking about and that you're not just talking because we're on a show.
Okay.
Have you in the past posted about these things that you know about, posted about your product, posted about furniture, did it all day, every day, and seen a result from that?
Absolutely.
How did posting a lot and sharing this information affect your sales?
I started at lots in May of 2017. And when I got there, I told you, I said, I don't know if I can do this or not. I've done houses. I know how to do houses, I know how to buy furniture. I know how to place furniture. I know all of those things, but I've never been on a sales floor before.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can do it or not. I've always been paid, or for a very long time was paid commission. But when I worked in Hilton Head, you just got huge clients and it was a little easier there than here. But I still think you should post there. I said, I don't know if I can do this. Within about 6 months, I was always 1, 2, or 3. I was 3 some months. Most of the times I was 1 or 2 after about 6 to 8 months. And it was strictly because I went in there and posted all the time. People came in and said, I need to see April, ask for April. Cause that was our hashtag, ask for April. And it worked.
Yep. So when you say you were 1, 2, or 3, you were the number one producing salesperson, and for people who've been there for years.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, and I know I just
by a lot.
I know I just drove that point home, and I was making sure, because that's the exact conversation I had with my people yesterday. And so if you want to see your sales increase, you have to post a lot. Now, you need to be an expert. You don't need to be that cheesy salesperson.
No,
you don't want to be the person. There's a furniture store. I won't name the store, but it's in Hazelhurst, Georgia, where they post cheesy flags and like they're a used car dealer, and they think that's being effective.
Right.
That's just silly. You don't want to be silly, cheesy salesperson. You want to be an expert. And if you're not an expert, that's hard to do. So that's why it's easy for you, because you are an expert and you are a talented interior designer. So that's easier. My salespeople here are experts at Facebook events. Mm-hmm. So I try to explain to them, your sales should be soaring because you are an expert at something. You're an expert at, and a big part of the most effective product in the car business. We absolutely just make it rain at dealerships with our events. So that's easy. It should be very easy to post a lot about that. So I know you got so many things going on, but what I would like for you to do, is, because you're an expert at what we do as well.
I've done it a few times.
You have. I would like to see you post about it. I'd like to see you contact. I'd like to see you.
You're challenging me to outsell your salespeople.
Well, I mean, I didn't go that far, but sure. Do you think you could sell one of our events?
Yes.
Okay. So, and if you were going to sell one of our events, how would you start?
Facebook.
Okay. All right. So, our salespeople are definitely experts at the event. So I think it'd be very easy for them to post about it, be an expert, get that name recognition. You talked about ask for April.
Yeah.
I mean, what's wrong with ask for Felipe if he wanted to do the same? You know what I'm saying? Is there something he could come up with that would be effective? Because see, people need to know Felipe.
They do, but Felipe also needs to take an advantage of hashtag buyback Billy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, I didn't have that where I worked. That I'll just quit.
Yeah, you didn't. They didn't have
a
social media presence.
So there was no reason for me to hashtag anything like that because it wasn't going to go anywhere anyway. You can't hashtag brands really and get your name attached to that in the furniture business because it is so extensive. Like, I can't hashtag Wesley Hall and somebody want to talk to me about that very easily. Maybe 1 in 1,000 people would say, let me go buy a chair from April. But if they hashtag Ask for Felipe, hashtag Ask for Smith Myth, hashtag Billy Merritt Marketing, hashtag DigiNinja. They're going to be in all platforms on a much larger scale. Now, eventually, Ask for Felipe will be up there at the top, but you got to work at it. You had somebody work here one time and they were mad about how much money they made. And that's funny to me, because if you come to work here and you don't take the initiative to sell, now, if I have to sell your events, I can sell your events. But so far, we've tried to stay away from working together like that. But if they don't want to take the initiative to sell the events, then don't be mad that you get paid by the hour.
Yep. True. So,
I mean, don't be mad about it.
Absolutely.
And you cannot post once on each one of these things, get discouraged and never post anymore, because then it doesn't matter. You're not going to be seen once.
Right. Oh man, I got a great story. About persistence. Two great stories. That's exactly to your point. Kevin called a guy back in February and he didn't get the deal until recently. All right. 2 years ago, I started working a relationship that I have from a super talented guy up in Connecticut or Vermont, somewhere up in that area. Super, very talented guy. He kept asking. He wanted me to come up there to do the event with him. He said, I'm not going to do it unless you do it. So I kept on and on. He never pulled the trigger. I kept posting, but I backed off of just going after him. And, you know, if he didn't want to do business with me, that's fine. I mean, wasn't upset at all. I just, maybe it wasn't the right solution. Dory's been on LinkedIn posting and talking to people. And at some point they started a conversation and she closed the deal yesterday. I said, let me know if you need my help. And she said, nope, I just closed it last night. So this is about posting and persistence. Last night I was at home and I posted about how a dealer complained about my price of $89.95. And then another dealer gave me $45,000, you know, later that afternoon, and was very excited about it. This guy thought that I'm not going to say his name yet. I'm going to get him on here to tell the story, but this guy thought I was talking about him. So he immediately inboxed me. Said, hey man, I didn't beat you up too bad about your price.
Oh, feeling a little guilty already.
No. It was a very good conversation. Very good conversation. He said, and at that point, I didn't know that he had said yes. I said, no, man, you didn't beat me up at all. You did everything right except say yes. LOL. You know what I'm saying? And he said, I did say yes. And I kind of did the embarrassed face emoji and said, I'm sorry, man, I didn't realize that, or whatever. He said, yeah, but Dory had told him $89.95 and I had told him $79. Anyway, he got it for whatever it was that I had agreed to, or close to that anyway. So anyway, but it was just funny because 2 years ago, and see that's why my sales team, and if you're a salesperson working for someone who does have that name brand, or, you know, that name recognition, I couldn't close that deal. Something about, we like each other. We appreciate each other. I know he's super talented. But I never closed the deal. Dory closed the deal. Okay. So my salespeople, you can close deals that I can't close. You know, so it's very important for you. You can take advantage of the Buyback Billy, DigiNinja, Billy Merritt Marketing. Jeremy makes a great point. You know, that Billy Merritt Marketing's been doing this a long time. It has name, and because sometimes I try to get away from that.
Don't give all that credit to Jeremy. You better back up on that.
Okay. So Jeremy and April said, do not back away from Billy Merritt Marketing.
Said it first.
Okay. She is a strong presence on today's show, isn't she? But so that continued. I've actually I'm gonna have a meeting and share with my team and Dory the things he said about how she persisted, and then Kevin just relentlessly persisted with that guy for 9 months, and then he got it. Well, the great thing about having a great product, if you persist and you get that sale, now you're gonna get that sale over and over. Repeat business is the best business.
And sometimes it just takes somebody a little bit more time to look at it and see that that's what they want to do.